Oh, hi. You caught me. I'm coloring ahead. So I am working on another page. Let me just back up here a minute. Turn it around where you can see it better. I am back in Beautiful Birds again. And this one, I finally got it all finished. And again, it's just, this page was about taking shortcuts on all those little bitty areas. And I do like the way it turned out. It was a good test for me just on using some of the basic colors. Now, I've moved my plastic over to keep me from indenting into the next page, and I've moved over to this bumblebee. And I've already pulled a bunch of colors. Let's see, what else did I do? I did a little bit of research here. So I looked at the coloring on a bee. Alrighty, according to this, you can't see that. There we go, that did the trick. See how it's black or a dark deep brown at the tail, and then it's yellow, and it goes back and forth, and then right at the legs it changes, and then we get on up to the head and it changes a little bit more, and then we have those black eyes. So I took this and I'm using it as a reference photo. So let's blow that puppy up. Now, is there any difference if I give some light? Not sure, but I'm going to go ahead. So I've started with black. And I do have the Crayola pencils. So I'm starting with black, and then I'm using a color called Outer Space. So I did the whole thing in black. Just a sloppy copy on there just to kind of get some of the white gone. Then I'm going to go to the Outer Space, and on the outer half of this, I'm using Outer Space. Now, Outer Space is a very dark color. It is almost black. So it's like when you paint and you have black and then you have something called wrought iron. It's still black. Outer Space is still dark, but it's going to give just that little bitty bit of difference so that it's not quite so flat looking. And it's still going to look flat to our naked eye, but as we look at it, we're going to see it as black, but there is just that bit of difference there. So I'm going to put these down, and let's start with the tail and move this way. So I'm going to pull some grays, and then I'm going to pull some yellows. Now, when you're doing two different colors, if one is really dark and one's really light, it's best to do your lighter color first, mainly because you don't want to be smearing the dark into the light. So I'm going to make these first two rows in my black and gray. So then the next bit is going to be in yellows. So for that, I'm going to use yellow. I am going to use golden yellow. I am going to use harvest gold and light brown. Now, you're wondering, can I do that in just one yellow? Sure, go ahead. It's just, well, you know me, I'm all about doing that little bit of extra depth. So I'm going to make all this bottom part in the browns and grays. I think I'm going to make this, this, and this in the yellows. So I'm going to start with my lightest shade. And come all the way around through here. And all that up. Yep. And then I'm going to start just a piece here on each side. So normally I would be doing a little bit of this, also darker, But this time I'm going to make the stripe right up the center in the lightest. So while we've got the lightest out, let's look at it. I know then this will be a dark stripe. This will be my next light stripe, because I'm going to alternate dark, light, dark, light. Then I'll make this one. Let's see, do I want that dark and then this light? I think so, because we don't see his wings, his feet. And so this could easily, be whatever we want it to be. So let's look at this a little bit backwards. I know that I want his head up here to be some browns and blacks. So I think what I'm going to do is do yellow through here. This looks like a good spot. And again, I'm guessing, okay? I'm going to make this whole piece, I'm probably going to do in the black and gray, now that I'm really looking at it. Then this chunk through here, I can do in black and gray. And then this, I'm going to do in the lightest yellow. See, sometimes you just have to work backwards until you really figure out what you're doing. And I'll just do a piece of these. Then this, I can do in black and gray. That would be nice. And then all of this here, I can do in the yellow and gold and brown. And again, I'm kind of just winging this. Okay, I didn't mean that to be a pun, but it is. I'm kind of winging this and just kind of making it up as I go, but I think it's going to be okay. Then this is going to be the black. So this then will be the yellows. And here. And then I think here also. Or do I want that to be... See, here I go thinking again. Try not to overthink it like I am. Just color. All right, so I'm going to make this also in the yellows. Then I'll do this and this and this, I think, in the grays and blacks. And I can always come back and add more later. So like if I decide I wanted to do that yellow instead of the black, I could. But let's go ahead and go with this for now. So I've done my lightest shade. Now I'm going to go to my next shade. So, and if you need to pause it sometime so that you can go back and look all these colors up, then do that. That's why you've got it on video. That's why we're on YouTube. So I'm trying to go out equal distance on both sides. And again, I'm going for that more rounded look with it lighter right down the middle. So then I'm going to come to the next section. Start coming out. And just decide what you want to color with the yellows and what you want to wait and do with your grays and black. Like these little dots, they could have just as easily been gray and black. These leaves could go to the gray and black, or they could go to the yellow. In fact, I'm going to make this the yellow, and I'll make that one the gray and black. Just as you're going. Then this next one. Yeah, I've got a fleece lightweight jacket. Is fleece lightweight? This one kind of is. Anyway, it was in the 80s last week. Today, a while ago, I looked at my phone and it said it was in the 60. Yeah, it was right at 60, almost 59. I was like, oh my gosh. We have had so much rain. Whoops, I wasn't ready to change yet. I don't know that I did these. So we have had rain for like 2 or 3 days. And so the temperature has just dropped. Okay, I've gone to my fourth, and this is where it starts going more to the golden. This is actually harvest gold, but like it would be more of your yellow ochre, a golden yellow, a tan, whatever you're going for there. But yeah, we had to go to the airport and pick up our daughter-in-law and granddaughter last night. They came in from her trip. Okay, and remember, I'm videoing this before you're going to see it. So today is actually the 12th. So if that matters to anybody. But anyway, so we went to the airport to get them, and they were supposed to come in at like 5 something. And we got a text, hey, they canceled our flight. Okay, so what's up? Well, lo and behold, they've put us on a new flight. We're going to leave and be ready to be picked up in Dallas at about 8:30. Okay. Then another text later. They bumped our flight. There's a delay. And I'm like, what? And I just see something. If you see something as you're going that needs blending or that you missed, like I missed this right here, go back and do it when you see it. Because on a piece this detailed, you might not see it again till later. So anyway, now I'm going to my fourth color, which happens to be light brown. Oh, I guess I should finish first, huh? See, that's what I get for talking while I'm coloring. But anyway, so ended up, they came in on a flight out of Charlotte, and they got to the airport a little after 10. And poor granddaughter, she was zonked in the car seat. She was just out. And then she woke up as we were putting her in the car. And then once we got her to her house, well, she slept then on the way because it's quite a drive. And so as we get them to their place, she's awake again. And her mom is like, okay, going back to my yellow, my second yellow, so I can do all this. Her mom's like, well, Papa and Grandma have to go. Well, Evie just sits on the floor and starts crying. Because, I mean, it's been an emotional day for both of them. And at this point, she's home. She's been at her other aunts and uncle that she had never met before. And she's been there for a few days. And she's just like totally worn out. And she just doesn't know how to voice really what she's feeling. And so she just sits on the floor and starts crying. So we got home. I guess it was like, I'm going to the brown again, the yellowy ochre color. But yeah, so we got home, I think it was like 11:30, quarter to 12. Got to bed. I was out. Man, I was out like a light. And yeah, I got up once during the night to use the bathroom, but I didn't get up till a little before 10. So today's been a weird day. I thought, hubby's got a Zoom meeting tonight. I might as well get a video in. So anyway, here I am. All right, so you see it's lighter down the middle, and then it's going to be darker around the outside. I'm going to my fourth color. This is my light brown. And this is just going to finish off being darker at the edges so that we get that curved look. Okay. And yeah, did you see the area up here? That's the only bit right there, and then all this is going to be the grays. I may decide to envelope this piece in and make it the yellow also. So, undecided as of yet. But that's the joy of coloring too. A piece isn't done. It's not finished until you say it is. So if you decide you want to go back and work on something, change something up as you're going, your prerogative. Haven't said it in a while, but there are no coloring police. They're going to get you. So you do what you want to do. Don't worry about it. Don't stress on it. This is supposed to be relaxing. I'm going to envelope that little dot in. So I have done 2 of the diamond dots pictures with the little gems that you put on pre-glued surface. It's kind of fun. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I did one that had birds, cardinals on it, of course. And then my daughter got me one with Tinkerbell, so I've done that. Got those both finished. I should post the Tinkerbell on my regular Facebook page. Okay, so now then, I'm deciding to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go back to my lightest pencil, put in the first ones, a little bit up to the next one, then next color, that, and a piece. Okay, next color. And I'm going to go ahead and do a piece of this one, just because I don't want too much of the darkest brown on there. Going to the brown. This is also how I do gold. If you've seen my videos in the past, there is a video on how to color gold, and it's kind of the same thing. So there's that. Now checking time, 17 minutes. Okay, we're going to keep going. We're going to go to the grays. So I picked Timberwolf, and somebody told me that Crayola has a 120 pack, and I was like, yeah, I've got the biggest pack, and I looked, nope, I've got the 100 count. So now I'm like, ugh, but I'm okay, I don't have to have it. Next is gray, and then I have warm gray, and then I have beaver, and then if I need it, I'm going to reach over to my first, and I've got black. And I have not actually swatched these together, so let's grab a piece of paper that's laying over here, and let's swatch these. So what I mean by that, and I'm going to do it on the plastic, so I'm going from gray, actually that was Timberwolf, to gray. Okay, that mixes easily. Now the question is, do I need this color? I'm thinking I do not need the warm gray. Let's see how it is if I go beaver next. See, that blended just fine. And then black on the tail end. That beaver now looks brown, so I'm going to get rid of that. See, that's why when you're doing something that you're not quite sure of, go ahead and do your color blending just to make sure that what you've got going is good. Let's try outer space. Outer space has some blue to it. So what I'm going to do is just these 3. Okay? So let's look at this again, what I'm actually doing. I'm going to be using Timberwolf and gray and black. Okay? So not hard, you just need to kind of decide as you go. Now, because that is the stinger, I really kind of want that black. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here with this lightest gray. And I'm not going to use this very much. It's going to be just enough through the middle that I get that light down through there like the yellow is. Just enough to help it look curved. And you'll see as we go along. Because it's not very dark, and I'm putting a lot of pressure on this. It's just not very dark at all. And you do want this center to be black, but with some variety of black. That makes sense. Clear as mud. And yes, these are flowers, but I'm not looking at the individual items. I'm looking at the overall shape. And that'll probably be darker too. Okay, because these would normally be green leaves, and I'm definitely not. So, we'll see. Especially when I get to those wings and there's all those flowers and stuff. I've already got something planned for those. But that, you'll have to wait till the next video. I will tell you they're going to be bright. Kind of like when you see iridescent colors shining on dragonfly wings. It's going to kind of be like that, but not. Okay, second color. So now I'm going to come down here. I'm trying not to put a lot of pressure on this because I want to blend it into that gray. That gray is just almost gone, and I'm okay with that. Okay, so then here, and then I'm going to lighten my pressure as I come in. Same thing over here. And then lighten that as I come in. So we still have like a black stripe. Let me go ahead and do the black so you can see what I'm doing. See, because that's his little stinger. So we do want that tip on there. I'm going to do that dot again just a little bit. I'm going back to my second one. I'm going to blend a little bit there. I didn't get as black on this side. I know, it's just, I don't know why I'm getting picky on it all of a sudden. All right, so let's take the middle gray and let's come up and do some of this. Yeah, this would also be really pretty if you just went for the colors that each item would be. Like if you did the leaves green, there would be nothing wrong with that. I'm just coming across this ever so lightly because I do want the gray. I want it to look like gray and not white. But yeah, you've got lots of choices when you're coloring your pages. You know, do you want it realistic? Do you want it random? Do you want to just pick a pencil and do an area? You know, it's totally up to you. Whoops, did you notice I just did that middle line and it's not connected over here? Oopsie. That's all right. It's all gonna work. It'll all be okay. And again, if I had grabbed the black and done this all solid black, I could have, but it just would not have shown the depth and interest, and you would not have really been able to tell what the shapes were, just that they were shapes. So that's why another reason I'm choosing to do it this way. And I think I'm going to have to sharpen this pencil because I'm getting into some little spaces. And it was getting mighty dull. And I knew I had some spaces here that were little. Lighter as you go to the middle. Start heavy, but then just lighten up that pressure that you're using. I got most of that, but I think I'm going to come in with the black just a little bit there. So normally probably would not go at this quickly, but again, I wanted to be able to do the entire body with you here. Now this time I want to remember to go around all this stuff, not go right through it. Although if I did, I'd just close it up at the bottom. Okay, so next time I come back, I'm going to go through some of the wings with you. It's going to take a whole lot longer, so obviously I'm not going to be able to do all of them. And I've got some erasing to do here because I'm hurrying at this too quickly. I know I could have slowed down. Could have made this into 2 videos, but I just didn't want to. But you see how we're getting that color in there. And I am going to enclose that. Nobody will know, except all of us. I hope you're enjoying your coloring pages. Not being in too much of a hurry. And see, even this doesn't look black sometimes. I think the paper sometimes keeps our pencils from really grabbing on and showing all the true colors. And I'm fixing to get up and see how much time we're on here. Oops, I missed a section right there. We're at 29 minutes, but I'm on my tablet, so hopefully it will keep taping. Let's just go up one side. So then I'll go to the black. I know if I was on my phone, it would have clicked off at 30. I'm not sure what my tablet will do, but you can see how I'm finishing this up here. And like I said, we'll be back next time for the wings. I don't know how long it'll keep at, but I'm trying really hard to get you videos every few days, at least once a week, sometimes twice. It's not always easy to do. Okay, so there. That shows you one side done. And I think you're able to see that black and white through there like that. I might wish that the black was still a little bit darker, but I could still come back in and go over the top of that and add a little bit more. But at the same time, I do like how I'm getting that rounded look because it's darker on the edges than it is down through the middle. All right. Well, I don't know much else. If you're a follower, thank you. Subscriber. Just happy that you found me and that you're tuning in. There. I enjoy coloring. I enjoy teaching. I enjoy getting to hang out with you. So leave me a comment. Tell me what you do or don't like, what you'd like to see happen. There any particular books that you would like to see me do something in? Of course, you may have to send me the book through Amazon because I obviously don't have every book there is. But anyway, yeah, just give me some feedback. So that's it for this time, and I will be back again soon. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.